Hey guys, guy in a wheelchair here. Normally I open my videos energetic and charismatic. Not today. Today is an extremely sad day. If you can read the title, you already know what this video is about. And if not, well, I guess congratulations on navigating to YouTube without the ability to read. But in case you live under a rock, Dr. Stephen Hawking passed yesterday at the age of 76. His passing is definitely the most impactful celebrity passing on me. And I would call him a celebrity. Maybe a celebrity in a different sense, but a celebrity nonetheless. He was diagnosed at the age of 22 with ALS and given just a few years to live. Obviously, he defied the doctor's expectations. However, according to USA Today, doctors do say that patients diagnosed younger with ALS have a better chance of survival or surviving longer. I don't know. Stephen Hawking was an incredible intellectual. There's no denying that. But I want to talk about a different aspect of Stephen Hawking. An aspect that inspired me specifically. An aspect that I feel I can provide a unique perspective on. And that is his disability. But not his disability in general, but rather his ability to live with such a disability and remain positive and happy. Or at least that's how it seemed. If the man wasn't positive and happy, I don't think anybody knew. And I wondered how he was able to do that. The first time I saw Stephen Hawking, I don't remember what he was on. I don't remember what he was doing or what he was talking about, to be quite honest with you. But I remember thinking to myself, wow, I'm lucky. It could be a lot worse. Here's a man sitting in a wheelchair who can't move but maybe 1% of his muscles. Now, I'm just pulling that figure out of my ass, but he can barely move a muscle. And yet, he's so happy and positive. He has the ability to joke about it. He's lighthearted about his disability. It doesn't bother him. And as someone with a disability, I looked at that and I was amazed. So it made me think, how was he able to live so positive and happy given his condition? Because I know if I was not only wheelchair bound, but also not able to move most of my muscles, I don't think I could be happy. Just as much, remember I said at the beginning of this video that he was diagnosed with ALS at the age of 22. I have always said that I would rather be born handicapped as I was than become handicapped later in life. Because myself being born this way, I've never been able to walk. Therefore, I have no idea what I'm missing. I don't know what it feels like to walk. And I think that is a factor in the fact that I'm able to deal with it and live a normal life. This is a man who lived a normal life as far as I know until he was 22, 23 years old. And eventually, he wasn't able to move hardly a muscle. How do you know what it feels like to be able to live and then have it taken away from you and still be positive. And of course, he went through his spouts of depression over it, and I mean, I wouldn't expect any less of anyone. If you've seen The Theory of Everything, you know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, I highly suggest that you go watch it because it is a great biopic. But he had the ability to not only stay positive and upbeat, but to laugh at himself, to make jokes about it, to make light of his disability. He made many appearances on popular TV shows.
Your theory of a donut-shaped universe is intriguing, Homer. I may have to steal it.
Wow, I can't believe someone I never heard of is hanging out with a guy like me.
All right, it's closing time. Who's paying the tab?
I am.
I didn't say that.
Yes, I did. So,
Good evening, I'm Tom Tucker. Our top story tonight, scientists at NASA have made a fascinating new discovery. The first directly observable instance of a black hole which appears to be located just outside our solar system. Trisha Takanawa has the story.
Tom, I'm standing here with Stephen Hawking, the first white man I've ever met who knows math better than me. Mr. Hawking, what does the discovery of this black hole mean to you and your research?
I am overjoyed. This is the crowning achievement of my career. It validates the work of a lifetime.
It certainly does. Back to you, Tom.
All right, we're clear.
I'm telling you, man, this shtick is getting so old. That chair smells, dude.
Hey, Steve, surf's up!
All right, see ya, bitch.
In fact, if I can find it, I'll insert it here. It was either an interview with Larry King or Stephen Fry. I don't remember which, but they have a shot of his desk, and sitting on his desk was his Simpsons character action figure.
I travelled to the Department of Applied Mathematics and Theoretical Physics at Cambridge University to speak with one of the world's greatest living minds.
Anyone that was around him that I've ever read about always describes him as hilarious. He made everybody laugh. You know, that by itself, that alone, is amazing to me because anybody who's decent at making someone laugh knows that part of comedy is the way that you speak, the influctuation in your voice, your cadence, the way you deliver the punchline. He didn't have any control over that, and yet he was able to elicit laughter from seemingly everyone he was around. He lived a full life in spite of his disability. Not only was he an accomplished scientist and reportedly, allegedly, a great person to be around. I never got the pleasure of meeting him, although it was a dream of mine. He lived a life that will forever be remembered. Stephen Hawking will never be forgotten. And if we're honest, I think that's everyone's goal, is to not be forgotten. And a man with hardly any movement in his entire body, without the ability to speak, made such an impact on the world that he has accomplished that. And most of us, able-bodied, slightly able-bodied, will not. That's just the fact of the matter. Most people will not get that distinct honor of being etched in the history books. Most people will not do something so influential and world-changing as he, that they will never be forgotten. That's what I'd like to remember Stephen Hawking for today. The fact that he was able to do all that, given the limitations that he had. Looking at Stephen Hawking, being able to be happy the way he was in his physical condition really puts it in perspective for me. Those times when I, wish that maybe I wasn't handicapped, I remember Stephen Hawking, and I remember it could always be worse. He did so much for science, but I think for me, even more so than that, was the fact that he was able to accomplish that with such limitations. I'd like to now have a moment of silence, if you will. Goodbye, Dr. Hawking. And thank you for watching.